Hi, my name's Tim and I'm going to take you through the key principles on growing prepared hyacinths, or hyacinths for flowering during Christmas period. You need to buy the hyacinths in any retailers towards the end of August, early September, to make sure you've got enough time, and you need to be looking for bulbs that have been properly prepared. So ask your retailer for properly prepared hyacinths for indoor growing. Once you've got them, you can take them home. Always best to grow them in odd numbers, 3s or 5s or 7s, depending on the size of the containers. And because they're going indoors, you need to use a indoor bulb fibre, because most of those should contain charcoal, which is ideal for indoors and will stop green mould, etc., forming on the compost. Like always, put some crops in the bottom of your pot to help with the drainage. So a good handful of crops. Get your bulb fibre, put that in, put it up quite deep so you've got about a covering of about 1 to 2 inches above the crocks. And then you get your bulbs. Here's your prepared hyacinths, all looking really great. And you put them in. We're using 5, so you place them wherever you like, but undoubtedly in a pot of this size, you're placing them in a nice formation like that. Push them in just tightly. Get the rest or some more of your compost, push in between the bulbs. Don't cover them completely. You're looking to leave what we term the nose of the bulb uncovered. So push those in, make sure they settle very well, and they're already planted. Of course, what you need to do, make sure you label them, because you'll wonder what these are. And those are now ready. You make the compost, ensure it's a bit moist, and what we need to do with these now is we have to put them in a cool, dark place for 10 to 13 weeks. And during that period, we need to be checking them occasionally, say every couple of weeks, and ensuring that the compost is kept moist but not too wet, and of course it doesn't dry out. So cool and dark. Most places in the house nowadays are going to be too warm, so you're going to need to find somewhere, perhaps in a greenhouse, somewhere outside. I sometimes use boxes like this. You can put them in here, you can keep them in out the way, and they're dark and they're outside, so they're cool. But what happens then, 10 to 13 weeks later, and you need to be working on a period of time, you will go back and you will look in the thing and you will literally find that they have produced some nice sprouts. Of course, they're not going to be completely green because they've been in the dark, but you have to wait until you've got at least 1.5 to 3 centimeters of sprout poking outside the top of the neck of the bulb before you can take them into the warm. So that may be 10 weeks, that may be 13 weeks, it may in some cases be 14. But if the bud of the bulb is not well out of the neck of the bulb, you will find that they will not perform. You can see all the great amount of roots that they've had in that cool, dark period. They've grown really great roots. And then what you need to do, you take these indoors, you gradually introduce them to the heat, put them in the cooler room, so kitchen, and then you can put them in the front room, keep them well watered, and about 4 to 5 weeks later, you will have lovely, great flowers of whatever variety you've grown. So that is it. That's how you grow prepared hyacinths. Years after, these have already had a preparation period, but you can grow them back in containers outside in the garden and they will flower in March, April like they normally will do. So there you go.